Hi there, and welcome to another AcQuum Consulting how-to and power moves for Infor SunSystems. These are just a little series of tips and tricks and how-tos to help you out and make life a bit easier for you. My name's Phil, and I am an AcQuum Sun consultant. And before we get started, I just want to say that all of these demos that I'm doing are done on Sun 64 web browser. But the same concepts and the same style of form do apply to all versions of SunSystems 4, 5 and 6. Now, today is just a quickie and it's unique references. One thing we do get asked about a lot is the risk of things being posted twice, journals being put in twice, and especially invoices being put in twice. Just for standard journals and that kind of thing, we do know that there's several things we can do if this happens when they get picked up. If you've seen one of the earlier how-tos we did, was all on journal reversals and things like that. But the most common one is unique references for creditor invoices. The risk of an invoice being processed twice and then paid twice. So it is something that a lot of people want to look out for. The easy answer there is a thing called unique references. And this is something we do in the journal type process. Now, we don't want everything we do to have unique references. There may be sets of journals where the transaction reference is the same for the entire journal. That's just going to be a complete pain if all of those get rejected. So we really only want to apply these unique references to set journal types. And I'm going to pick the most obvious one here is, of course, my purchase invoices. Or invoices coming in. Over here on the tabs, we have a thing called unique references. And that's fairly straightforward. There are three options. The unique reference is not required. The unique reference is mandatory, which means it will be enforced, or the unique reference is required. This is where Sun will give you a warning that there's a duplicate reference or a duplicate invoice number, but will allow you to post past it. We're going to go for mandatory. But we do need to think. A reference for an invoice might be two separate clients or two separate suppliers might use the same reference structure or the same reference range. So we really don't want the expense or the balance sheet codes rejecting because of unique references, because they could be absolutely anything. So in this case, all we really want to do is set the unique reference for the creditor code. Mandatory, sorry. Need to accept that, and then it will tell you that you need to select one. So we only want to apply this to the creditor transaction. Pretty easy stuff. If we go now and go into ledger entry and we select that journal type. Now, this also applies to transfer desk import files. It will apply this unique reference, and it also applies to Q&A postings if you're posting batch files of creditor transactions. So we'll post the transaction reference 12. I'll pick today's date. Oranges. It's $110 or $220. Now, I've also got a preset running on the screen, but it does tell me that reference 12 has already been used for this account. And it does tell me what journal number that particular reference was used. So yes to continue, but you need to amend the reference. So if you do continue, if it's a part invoice, you could maybe put an A or a 1, something like that. That will allow you to continue. But that is the warning. It will stop you from adding a reference or importing an invoice that has already been posted. Easy as that. Journal type. Unique reference rules. Easy as that. Again, there's a good help menu in all versions of Sun. Go and check that out if you want a bit more information. Here's the Sun 6.4 version that does explain all of the options to applying unique references. Hope that's been a help. I'll leave you with that to have a look at. Thank you for your time, and we'll talk again. Cheers.